This year I watched about 68 movies.
Bitch, go clock in.
Yeah, if you had a social life, you couldn't do what I do.
Bitch, go get some hours towards your check.
Yeah. No need for a super long intro. Let's get into it. This isn't going to be a full, review of every single movie.
I don't know what the fuck this is, okay? It's just something sweet for the fucking kids, okay? Damn.
I might include a Letterboxd review if I have one for each movie, but this is more so just a rundown. Let's get into it. Of every movie I watched in 2024, if I didn't say that before. Another video. Started off the year very strange. A spaghetti-eating Barry Keoghan slowly, and I do mean slowly, weasels his way into a family's life and, again, slowly dismantles it in this lovely Agamemnon adaptation. I know my Greek's mythology. I have nothing to say about this that my Letterboxd review here didn't say. Oh, okay. So this was the film that had a bunch of hype during COVID. Right.
Yeah, right.
Allegedly, I watched Saltburn during 2024, according to my Letterboxd diary. Yeah, I guess here's another instance of Barry Keoghan being just a weird little guy fucking up someone's family. Yeah, a hidden gem for those little too into Jeopardy, under the age of senile. I did not have fun. A conventionally Midwestern looking woman gets cheated on by her husband and decides to do the truly Midwestern thing of spinning the block. Sign me up. Jane, played by Miss Madam Web, learns that she's a lesbian and her best friend is moving back to England.
What happened to fucking Zimbabwe, you stupid little pimp?
Damn. Double whammy. This was my favorite watch of 2024. I even went ahead and got the DVD. Did she do it? Did she not do it? I don't care. Never in my life did I think I would give a French courtroom drama 5 stars. But here we are. What a wonderful day. Wanna be human so bad? Colonialism, slavery, womp womp. I mean, this really was a great rebirth to the franchise, though. My only real complaint with these films is that they left out a character who kind of seems insignificant, but is such an important piece for Paul's character and seeing just how immersed he became in the Fremen society. But besides that, I mean, what can I say about this? I mean, the cinematography, the soundtrack, Fade Rotha.
Tic-tac-toe, a winner.
I mean, people are talking about the misinterpretation of Paul's character and kind of how people are, specifically young men, kind of dude bro-fying him. He could have point blank period said, Paul is going to commit genocide and he is a false prophet. That could have been text, and there still would have been edits of him to eat. Silence! That's a fact.
Fuck that tea, bitch, catch it.
Saw this in 4D.
And what I don't like is if the business is true.
Why'd that sound kind of Toronto? This was everything I thought the Talking Monkey movies would be. I feel so bad saying that I thought these movies were just weird American slop and just thinking that it was going to be ass. What if I said this is close to peak fiction? What then? Caesar is arguably one of the top 10 protagonists in movie history. Even if you only look at the first film and don't want to include a trilogy in sort of conversation, what an amazingly written character. And the first time he speaks, it had such power behind it. I truly was blown away by these movies. How'd you know I hung out with my grandmother and we watched Lifetime movies all weekend? But if I add on to that and say that I think that this is genuinely a really good movie, what then? I think I just need to give up on raunchy comedies. I think I'm the problem. I know that anything you probably have seen about this movie is just from TikTok reviewers who live in a constant state of freakness and base their reviews purely by how in heat they were. But this was such an intense thriller and mixed with kind of the surrealism in it. But I know that's not what y'all are gonna watch it for. Just freaked out. Look, every single time one of these drops, I will be seated. But it just went, why are we going so fast? And so fast, so mediocrely. The problem with these films is that I forget that I'm in the theater and not in some sort of Twitch, FDA unapproved sort of setup game show. And if I make a sound, I'm going to get dropped through the floor and Mr. Beast is just going to be standing right in front of me. Great acting, great thrills. This was a pleasant surprise. Shout out my nigga Glenn Powell. If I was an actress, I would want to do exactly what Riley Keough, the granddaughter of Elvis, did, because that was amazing. Let me tell you the story of how me and this bitch fell out. It's long. I mean, just I watched this with friends, and I think that was the only way I probably would have gotten through it. But oh my god. If you're going to make a Wattpad adaptation, maybe cut down the length just a little bit and kind of lean more into the campiness. And, you know, we can all just have a good time. Dude, Anne Hathaway's check had to be fat. Lukewarm. I'm like 40% theater kid, and this didn't move me. Not one bit. So when the TikTok influencers, Susie needs to search for better help. Susie needs to search for a therapist. She was also kind of real. We might have a lot of boxes that check off. Black, aspiring content creator. No views. Can't say I've gotten wrapped up in crime because of that, though. Maybe one day.
Bitch, what you say?
I'll just insert the Instagram post I posted about this. I don't know. It's the play about us. This next segment of movies is really interesting because I have full reviews of them in this video right here. Obviously, everyone who's watching this has already watched that. So, you know, I'm going to challenge myself a little bit. I'm going to spend about 5 words or so, heavy on or so, to describe them. Because you don't need me to talk. It wasn't even American Girl doll. That's what I'm talking about. It was not that freaky. Calm down. Calm down. Black mold poisoning. Perchance.
Fuck you, bitch.
They need to leave that dope alone. He would have loved Twitch. Kick. There's poor. Then there's dumb. So the birds. I guess it started with y'all. Twitch, capitalism, twisters, Glenn Powell. Timeless British classic, methinks. Girl, just go home. Guess what? Now we're in October. Spooky. I saw some really great edits of the movie. If only edits could be a movie. I'm going to be completely honest. I turned on the movie, and it's like I zoned out at some point, and then suddenly they were having some sort of feminist witch circle. I hear a lot of people love it, though. I don't care if you didn't like it. I thought that this was really fresh directing and editing, especially from a Netflix original. You're missing out. Part of me wants to say you don't even have to bother. If you know, like, sloppy early 2000s movies are not your thing, don't go for it. But Dracula is Judas in this movie, and that whole scene of them revealing the past was so well done. It kind of reminded me of Tarsem Singh's The Cell. The vibes just went from kind of like, can this be over, to suddenly pretty cool. I guarantee if a teacher put this on as a little Halloween treat, she'd be on Facebook within the next 30 minutes, and then Elon Musk would be quote tweeting something ridiculous. In all honesty, I didn't get it the first time I watched it. It was only until 2024, 2 years later, where I fully watched the movie and fully enjoyed it and went, I like that woke shit. I mean, Smile was decent, but Smile 2, Naomi Scott was probably the best performance of 2024 for me, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Well, you don't want to hear about 9/11.
I think the only werewolf movie where I 100% was like, that ate, was the 2010 Nickelodeon The Boy Who Cried Werewolf, starring Victoria Justice. This is now an instant Halloween classic for me. It went on for an oddly long time, and there were several things that just made me go, what? But this is fun. This is a fun movie. I have a slightly more complicated relationship and kind of opinion on AI than the average barely employed, aka letterbox user. But AI in this was just bad and unnecessary. Also, I love how that's like the only point people are really bringing up, besides the fact that the film just, it wasn't that amazing to begin with. The unfortunate thing about rewatches is that sometimes the movie just isn't gonna hit the second time, but I love to see a man in a female-dominated sport. Nosy ass neighbor. People are so overly harsh with this. Yes, I've seen the original too. It was amazing, but this was not as horrendous as people are making it out to be. Julianne Moore was selling the fuck out of the self-mutilating religious fanatic in a Mormon plaid skirt. She was working it. Look, this was supposed to be for my Tubi like Halloween video that I just didn't end up filming. The budget was like $5 and half a McChicken, but this was good. I was entertained. The set design was amazing.
Great gowns, beautiful gowns.
Why did audiences of the time not like this? I'm even shocked to say I wasn't scared. Moving on from Halloween.
Raise your right finger. Okay. Raise your
Held me captive, but did not captivate me. You can snap. So
I didn't know that was happening.
I imagine how I walked out of Wicked was kind of similar to how a middle-aged man walked out of Rocky or Top Gun. I've never seen either. I don't know if I know what I'm talking about. I felt like I was supposed to open up a discussion question on Canvas and answer that in preparation for a Socratic seminar. Let's rewatch a Beauty and the Beast adaptation where Belle desperately needs a support system. Oh wait, no. She's just a theater kid. Caleb Heron. Amazing, funny. He should be in more movies. Two. Yeah, more platonic male and female movies. Christmas. Starting off with a bunch of non-Christmas movies. Okay, can we crowdfund a bunker, or what's the sitch on that? If this was in French and shown in like 2.3 theaters and maybe was on Mubi, everyone would love this. I saw a clip of, I think the actress's name is, well, the comedian, because I've seen her in other stuff, Caitlin Olsen. I saw a clip of her character that genuinely made me laugh. Speak up! And that's when I fell for the trap. This was purely background entertainment for me. I make a lot of jokes about me being old and 60 and stuff, but I was not born in 1860. I have no thoughts beyond that. It's kind of funny. One year, for some reason, I spent Christmas, or like a time period around Christmas, with my cousin's wife's family, and the only thing that they had on was A Christmas Story on loop. Like, it just kept repeating the movie. And this was before I had an iPad or anything. Like, this was still early 2000s, and it wasn't that accessible, I'll say that. Like, I didn't get my iPad till I was 8, like. So I was desperately in need for some sort of open TV because I was tired of rewatching A Christmas Story and seeing him in that dumbass pink bunny suit. They finally gave me like a room to watch TV in, but of course they didn't have like Disney or anything like that because they were like, who is this random child? I still don't know why I was there. So I ended up watching 2012, and I'm still scared of earthquakes to this day. But yeah, I decided after many years to go ahead and give A Christmas Story a chance again, and it was decent. Also, I thought the movie came out in like 1950. It came out in the 80s? And to finish off the month, we're moving on to Nosferatu. Part of me feels like I watched a different movie than everyone else. Some of the scenes genuinely moved me and kind of captivated me. Robert Eggers' style, I think, has that factor to it, but I just didn't walk out of there thinking I had just been like saved again by some sort of cinema Jesus. And I think that this has potential for me to really like it a second time because my complaints of it aren't super concrete, if that makes any sense. It's more so I feel like I'm missing something, some sort of piece to the puzzle. So I think that maybe in a second viewing, I can fulfill that. I pray that I was able to get all the movies that I wanted to in this video. And if I forgot one, my bad. But that is 68 movies. Anyways, thank you all for watching the video. Hopefully, every single month or quarterly or whatever, I'll be able to post a full review of each movie that I watch. But I hope you all thought that this was fun, kind of quick thoughts about all the movies I watched in 2024. I watched a lot. 68. I think the most I've watched in a year was 2022. Yeah, in 2022 I watched 83 movies. This year I watched 68. 2023 I watched 49. It just depends on the year and kind of life. But for 2025, I don't have any goal for the amount of movies that I want to watch. I think if I hit 100, that's great. I think that's such a fun number. Yeah, I just hope to have a fun year of consuming a lot of great media. For 2025, I want to do not just a what I watched of the month, but kind of music, movies, reading. I want it to be kind of like an all-encompassing kind of experience. If you want, maybe I can do like my in-depth thoughts on some of the movies I talked about and not just like some quirky little remarks. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Can you do a 360 for me? Bow. I wouldn't mind it. Hello? Anatomie d'une chute. Silly me. Would they bully me if I was in France? Anatomie d'une chute. Watch the video again. Which one? Christmas. Oh my god. Don't feel shy to hit that subscribe button.